Hi, I just got back from yoga, a fiery, intense vinyasa actually, with like some really fun, playful transitions. And wow, I just felt so inspired. I felt so present while I was doing it. And, you know, it was a pretty stressful day. And then I was like, I've had a headache through the whole thing, the whole day. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go and give it all the presence I can give to it, because the mind wonders so much. And I think with all the intense energy from like the solar flares and things going on in the planet, with just real harsh times in general, and pushing through those boundaries and breaking through those old patterns, and really tuning into ourselves and going, why are we feeling these ways, all these emotions and all these breaking down of everything that's actually occurring. And it was like everything's in front of me. And doing this intense practice gave me that opportunity to be in my warrior state, to take it straight on in the present moment, and everything that's coming up for me up to the surface, all these emotions, all of these worries and concerns, and like, oh, what do I do? Like, even things that I'm just not sure where to take, the next path to take. I was like, in that present moment, was such an incredible teacher. And I just felt so tuned in to my body, and pushed and pushed in a way which was invigorating. And I think that's what we need to do in life. I feel like we can become lethargic and kind of static and in a way unmoving, and like, we can go to the gym and we can do this and we can do our routine, but are we really spicing things up? Are we really like going outside of our comfort zone? Are we tapping into the unexplored versions of ourselves? Are we opening up our body? Are we like to the world that's unseen, to the world that we don't know? Or are we doing the same thing over and over again? Like, it comes back to that. Like, how are you feeling in your day to day? Like, do you need to spice it up? Do you need a bit of like a bit like juicy, saucy, kind of like get up and go? Some fire, right? Do you need some fire in your life? I know I did and do like daily need to ignite my fire. So that's like movement and exercise and like chanting and singing and creating and music and like yoga, and also super stillness in meditation. But it's so equally important to break through those same thought patterns, that same daily routine, that same sort of monotonous energy flow that we get every day. We wake up, we do the same things, we see the same people, we activate the same thought patterns, and it's like, whoa, we're like zombies all the time. So when we wake up, let's think differently. What can we do differently? So if there was something that I would say to everyone, it's what can you do differently today? How can you change those synapse connections in your brain to be like, whoa, this person's doing something differently. It's learning something differently. What can you learn differently? What can you challenge yourself with? How can you physically, emotionally, mentally change something in your life? And like, even if it's step by step, slowly integrating something new to stimulate your mind, to allow it to open up connections that have never been opened before within your body, within your heart, within your mind, letting go of all that no longer serves you, letting go of energy that is not yours, and tapping into the parts of you that you need to feel, that you need to open up what is surging through your body that you literally are ignoring. What's surging, what's coming up, what's bubbling, what's firing, what's igniting you to be like, I really want to do this, but I'm not doing it because, and there comes an excuse. There comes a very good, very well-trained, specific excuse for you to talk yourself out of it. Maybe tomorrow. Might start that tomorrow. Well, no, start that right this second, right now. Like, and do it in that joy state. And if you don't have that joy state, if you feel this kind of the victim essence, which is so strong now, and in myself as well, like, I'm like, no way am I listening to that. And every single time, a Dr. Joe Dispenza trick says, every single time you have a negative thought or some negative energy or something happens that doesn't go your way and it's really annoying, you go, change. And when you say change, make that change so prominent in your mind that it literally switches to the thing that you are attracting and desiring the most, like joy or like abundance or like peace, and allow that change to real switch. Pause, breathe, change, and let go. And then you can see your mind switch and you can activate those new potentials and you can set forth a new path on this new change with your new mindset and your new direction into inviting something new into your life. I find this really important. And so I just picked up the book real quickly because I had all this on my mind, and I thought I'm going to read something super quick, and wow, it was exactly spot on to everything that I'm just talking about and everything that I was experiencing. Is how I was like, you know, I can feel like, oh, I've got a headache. I really don't know whether I want to go and do such an intense thing. But I didn't even feel my headache through the whole process of doing it. I was so present that the pain was gone. I was so present that the pain became an illusion. What is pain? Why are we so scared of pain? That's another video. Anyway, let's get into this because it is so nice. So this is the Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond the Self by Michael A. Singer. Chapter 12, taking down the walls. So it's like I was saying, really stripping back those layers of like things that are in the way from preventing you from doing the things that you really want to do within yourself. So it says at some point in your growth, it starts to become quieter inside. This happens quite naturally as you take a deeper seat within yourself. You then come to realize that though you have always been in there, you have been completely overwhelmed by the consistency of the thoughts, emotions, and sensory inputs that draw on your consciousness. As you see this, it begins to dawn on you that you might actually be able to go beyond all those disturbances. So there is a place beyond those thoughts that really are taking charge, taking center stage, taking over you, sending you crazy. There is a space, it's like a complete dark space for me. It's a blackness, and in that space is pure potential, pure potentiality. And what I mean by that is like, it's a space beyond time, it's a space beyond thought, beyond the known. It's an unknown, it's a void of like everything that can conjure up, that you can happen, that you can manifest. And that word is so strong nowadays, but it's so specific in its intention and so present in love. So the more you sit in the seat of witness consciousness, so the more you witness your thoughts and witness the dark space or the space of whatever that space is for you, the more you realize that since you're You are completely independent of what you are watching. There must be a way to break free of the magical hold that the psyche has on your awareness. So you see how the day-to-day takes over your thoughts. You wake up, you think, oh, I've got to go on to the toilet and brush my teeth, and then I've got to go and have breakfast, got to have my coffee, got to have this, got to do that, got to check those emails, got to check my social media, got to go to work, got to go and do this and that and the other at work, got to call this person, got to go there, got to arrange this, what about for meal, what am I having for my tea, where am I going there, and it's like this constant chatter. It's like this literal constant chatter that takes us away from our self-awareness. So your present self. There must be a way out. This inner breakthrough to complete freedom is traditionally depicted by the overused and generally misunderstood term enlightenment. The problem is that our views of enlightenment are either based upon our personal experiences or upon a limited conceptual understanding. Since most people have never had experiences in this realm, the state of enlightenment is either scoffed at completely or viewed as the ultimate mystical state accessible to almost no one. It's safe to say that the only thing most people know for sure about enlightenment is that they are not there. It's not even like a place to get to. It's always there. It's just like covered up. And I have had experiences of samadhi, of like states that are beyond worldly. And I am telling you now, first-hand subjective experience, yes, but tangible, but so prominent, so absolutely there, just as this remote is in my hand, just as this water bottle is objective, it's there, but like it's as strongly in its awareness as me looking and holding this bottle now. And we can get there, but we've got to take a step out of our known reality into the unknown, into the uncertainty, into that deep space that is nothing, it's empty. So then we can access this potentiality. As I mentioned, we can access those states and levels up to the enlightenment, however you want to say that. Levels, no levels, it all just is, and it's there, and it's there for us right now. We just have to believe. It's a sense of pure belief, and we can get there through the intention and sacred action of love. And breathe, Rachel. Like, breathe. I'm too excited for my own good right now. However, with the understanding that thoughts, emotions, and sensory objects are simply passing before your consciousness, it becomes reasonable to question whether your sense of awareness need be limited to this experience. What if consciousness were to remove its focus from your personal set of thoughts, your personal set of emotions, and your limited sensory input? Would you become untethered from the bonds of the personal self and be set free to explore the beyond? And that is it. And how exactly did consciousness become bound to the personal self to begin with? The problem with even attempting to consider these questions is that if they call for a discussion of what exists beyond the confines of the mind, obviously that the discussion is very difficult to have from within the mental structure we are so accustomed to using. For this reason, we will begin exploring the untethered state through the use of the allegory, much like Plato used in the dialogue to tell this allegory of the cave. And we all know about Plato's cave allegory. And so it goes on, and I won't go on, but you can see that it is saying the same thing. Amazing book. I'm not promoting this, I'm just picked it up and was like, I'm doing a video. But the kind of fire and the presence and the anchoring of my state of being right now is amazing. And you know what? If you're struggling to to anchor yourself in the present moment, or even know what that means. It's very, and giving up on the idea, just know that it's possible for you and for everyone, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from. The connection is strong, the connection is there, and if you need guidance or help, contact me. If you need a way to tune in, to understand, to really have that experience, and you need some guidance, then the things that I create in order to help people guide their way gently into their own divine experience. And I try to do that softly, even though I've got the fire and the spice in this conversation. It's because I've just been in the presence and of this element of fire. And I am so grateful for it, because it ignites, 555, because it ignites your passion, it ignites your soul, it ignites the very thing that's laying dormant within us that needs to be woken up. Music, chanting, pranayama, any kind of breath work that really tunes into that, awakening the fire within the belly, bringing the belly up, allowing it to expand, feeling the energy run through the body, bringing up the breath out through the crown of the head, tuning in beyond. Meditation is a step, and to me it's a step. It's the foundational essence. It's the foundation of what we need to then bring our own tuning in to our own abilities, our own super freaking human abilities that have been on this planet forever, that we have been conditioned out of. I am telling you, like, look into this stuff, research it, find your way, guide your way yourself, listen to your heart, and see what is pulling you, and go, you know what, I am going to go out my comfort zone, I'm going to look into this. I'm not going to judge anything. I'm going to open up, and I'm going to see what she's talking about. And not only that, and if you are already in that zone, it's knowing that your own subjective experience is so valid, is so important, and you are not on your own on this journey. And that it can seem sometimes that, like, this journey is very specific to everyone, and where that takes us, honestly, I thought I was going one way and I went a complete other direction. So you never know. And so what I'm trying to say is open up to that possibility that you might not even know what's best for you or right for you. And that allowing the flow of energy to just pull you, the flow of love to just pull you in a direction that has been silently bubbling and then quietly calling you. And then you could be like, oh wow, I'm going to listen to that. What can I do to take a step forward into that? And if you don't feel confident, if you feel unsure, there are people out there that really are in that same mind frame as you. Connect. And don't be afraid, because I think we're all longing for that connection and that conversation, and that ability to open up without judgment, to be in a space of a person or people where we can open up and feel not judged, and we feel truly heard and seen. And you can find those spaces, and you're never alone, and it is okay, because you are exactly where you need to be, and that is the truth. And it is so beautiful where you are. Even in the suffering and the pain and the hurt, it's beautiful. And that's what I had to work through today. It's like, And actually recently, it's like there's been so much happening around me in my environment, and I could feel pulled, and then I'm like, whoa, boundary, no. And then I could tune back into my heart center, into my breath, and then go, what would love do? And then I have to see through the lens of love, see where I'm judging, see where my intention isn't coming from the lens of love. And then I have to change right back to the change, the positive thought. So I've said a lot in this video, so I'm going to stop. I hope that helps, and I hope you feel happy and inspired, just as I am, from doing that yoga class. And yeah, it's good because I made that change. You know, I was like, this is something new, I'm going to try it. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to try it. Being a yoga teacher, you can be so used to what you do. So to implement something new and to spice it up, I really like that word right now. So it changes everything. Your perspective changes instantly. Your body is so surprising on what it wants and what it can do and how it can feel after you've done it. So yeah. May you always turn towards love, dear ones, and I will see you soon.